Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. My name is Swalig. So today we are going to review all the 3-star mons in the game, excluding of course the light and the dark versions because, well, they are naturally 4 stars. If I do decide to do another part of every single, like extend it to those units, it'll be in another guide so that this video doesn't become too long. Now we're going to start with the fire attribute. We're going to go through every single 3-star. If they are useful, are they not? Should you build them? Should you not? etc etc. And we're going to go down to fire, water, and wood. So we're going to begin with the fire Medusa. I will also put my opinion if I build it, if I didn't, and reasons why. That'll help tie in everything why or help you guys if you guys should build them or not. So for the Fire Medusa, she's a tank type. Looking at her skills, it's 60% petrification on both skills. No, I would not build this monster. Why? Because petrification is kind of lackluster. She's a tank. There are definitely more uses for this monster, such as saving them for the light and the dark versions of her, especially the light one with a critical hit chance of 100%, or not a critical hit per chance, but she stuns on her critical hits for 100%. So that's very, very more useful than that petrification. It's pretty much to say about that monster because, I mean, you could use her if you want, but there are just better units out there. Moving on to the Truffle. So the fire Truffle is like an event monster, and we use it to fusion with the bonds to get the Venus, right? The light Venus. So the skills are adrenaline and petrification. I mean, you could if you want. I'm not gonna be the one to tell you no, but in this case, I'm just gonna say just don't do it. There are better monsters out there. Cute monster if you want. Grab her for the decks. If they do bring back the Venus event, of course you're gonna catch her, infuse her, and do the fusion and all that or whatnot. Moving on, here's the Phibian. He is an attacker. He has a defense down on his first skill and a blind on his second. Blind is good for what? Titan, and defense down is 60% for 2 turns. I think you can get that on a Wood Miho, which is way much more valuable, because she has an AoE stun on her second. However, you could be used in Titans or whatnot if you have him laying around. Just put him to 40, slap some gens on him, whatever. However, his other attributes may be a little better. Gatito, we all know that recovery down and petrification are kind of, well, petrification is pretty good because it's basically a free stun for 1 turn. And then recovery down is pretty much useless, so we're going to skip him. The Hunter is a morale booster for 40%, 8% chance to stun. He's actually a good stunner. Put him in PvP or something like that. Morale boost will make it so that he stuns pretty quick, but it's not going to be quick enough against those first turn stunners like Fire Arthur and etc. Water Shura and stuff like that. Birdie. Okay, so the Birdie has an 80% taunt of Sap on his 5-star for 60%. Sap is kind of lackluster on his 5-star skill. The taunt is pretty much non-existent when compared to other taunters like Pebble and was it Rocky taunts? Does Rocky taunt? I don't think so, but you get the point, right? There are better taunters out there than this, being that he is a natural 3-star. I think his, hold on, that's not even, okay, so his HP, yeah, I don't know, yeah, actually not too bad of a taunter, but I mean, taunts are exclusive to like PvP units, and they're just, like Pebble is a better taunter, in my opinion. Like his skill set also, like he also stuns, so he's more valuable, so you might want to take a stun over Sap in PvP. So I wouldn't build him. Fire Minicat has a Sap on his 3-star skill and a purification on his 100% at 100% on his 5-star. No, don't build him unless you're doing the Astral Guide or something. But yeah, there's better monsters out there. Candling. So the Candling has a defense down on his passive and active for 60% for 2 turns. It's not a bad monster. Again, I covered this monster in my free-to-play unit guide. I recommended him being one of the Unity focused down. He'll help you clear a lot of content early. Very valuable to early game players. You don't have to get him to 6 stars. You can if you want to. I would build him. I didn't build him because I didn't know what I was doing in the game. I was a total nub. Part of that still stays or holds true. But if I were to do it again, I would build one of these for the defense down. Defense down is very valuable in this game, and it will help you get through a lot of content, and I can't stress that enough. So yeah, he gets a pass in my book. Now the Fire Kokomaru is attack down and sleep. The sleep on his 5-star is very lackluster. It's lures me away from wanting to build him. The attack down is very valuable, but it's at 60%. Again, it's very lackluster. There are better attack down ones that you can get just by doing 10+1 pulls, which you might. You can save him though for fusion. I'd recommend it because later on when you do get better pulls, you're going to need him for fusion to fuse on the Water Victoria line, which is the Light Anu line in the fusion for the Light Shiva. So the Lat has a stun at 40% chance and a recovery down. Recovery down is shit. I skip a lot of recovery down monsters. If anything, you get like a free Water Lat, you're going to feed him into the Water Lat because the Water Lat does a lot more for you. That's it. So the Fire Shelley, 100% chance to taunt and increases attack power by 100% when attacking fire Astromons. Pretty good for B8. I would maybe focus him. Maybe not. You could if you want to. 100% chance to taunt for 2 turns is fine by me. The Fire Predator is good for B8. Help you get faster clears. You basically nuke your way through B8. His stats at level 60 are lackluster, but what can you get for a 3-star skill, man? He's balanced. So he's actually lacking a lot in defense. Actually, everything's lacking. So you want to build him attack, defense, HP on a maybe defense set. Or, not resist set, defense set. That's it. So here's the Fire Miho. She's actually pretty alright for PvP shit compared to other things you'll encounter in mid to late game. But she can be usable. She has an attack down for 60% for 2 turns. Attack down's pretty good. It mitigates damage. HP siphon attacks restore her own HP in proportion to the amount of damage dealt. Really good monster. I mean, she restores her own HP. She's a self-sustaining attack debuffer. She has a resistance on her leader skill. Resistance is pretty good for some dungeons. I would build her, but then again, I do love the Wood Miho, and I went over that and all the reasons why in my Wood Miho video. You can find that in the not description, but in my playlists below. So the Fireman De Goya has a sleep and thirst. So actually, I think these 2 skills are fine. They kind of they're good hand in hand because one is the CC and then one is it reduces. But the main reason why I wouldn't raise her is because I would save her to raise a Dark Moonflower if you're lucky to get one. I've pulled 2 already. Early game, you're not going to be using Thirst as much. 60% chance to sleep is very lackluster. So no, don't build that monster. The Fire Siren is questionable because, well, the Water Siren is actually more valuable because of the Vigor and it helps you sustain longer, and she has self-sustain. However, this one has Sap. The Sap is very lackluster, but the Resilience skill on this monster is good because the faster you get your SP bars, the faster you get to use your actives. If you can spam your actives, you do more damage. If you do more damage, get through content quicker. Especially if you pull her as a variant and you have a lot of fire monsters, you can put her as lead for B9 if you're just starting out, and they get like a 30 to 35% increase on their defense, which is good to help you sustain through the dungeon. But then again, going back to early golem runs, you're going to probably want to farm B8 as much as possible. This would also help with B8 because it's element neutral, and again, the resilience is very valuable. Okay, so the Fire Beth has what you call a wood predator. It increases attack by 30% when attacking wood astromons, and then increases attack by 100% when attacking wood astromons. It's okay, it's good. It's good to help you clear B10. Why? Or not B10, B9, because B9 is wood element and you're gonna need as much damage as possible. Yeah, you could just go in with the whole team of this and nuke the whole stage down. Probably. But then again, it's a 3-star. Its attack and defense are kind of lackluster. Even for HP, you can throw in... I would just go balance that on him, like attack, defense, HP with maybe a defense set or resist set or whatever, actually. But, you know, you just look at the stats here and you're just going to try and want to balance them out. But then again, by the time you reach B9, you're going to have monsters. So don't forget about that. So the Fire Beth might be watered down. As for early game content, could help you through maybe Pego's Coast and Magma Crags on the second continent. The reason why that'd be good is because, well, wait, hold on. No, I got this wrong. It actually would help you go through, what is that place? The one where you catch the woodlats. Mirage Ruins. What else? The first stage, of course, the Phantom Forest. So yeah, does more damage in those places. Those are on the first continent. Those are early game maps. You'll be able to get through that with ease. Moving on, the Jelly, I never really paid attention. She has HP Siphon, attacks restore and own HP in proportion to the amount of damage dealt. And she has a lackluster petrification on her 5-star. No, do not build her. I mean, don't take it for granted. Like, the HP Siphon is, I mean, okay, but then she's an attacker. What? Oh wait, okay. I get it now. She's like a snowy, so you want to build her like all attack, and then her petrification is just shit. Okay, yeah, don't build her. I mean, you can if you want, but main reason why you don't build her is because the light and the dark are so much more valuable. And of course the the water one, but then I'll talk about her when she comes up. So the Crow Hook. Hunter skill, 50% attacking wood astromons, 80% chance sap. This monster isn't half bad, and the reason why I say that is because any astromon with a hunter skill of any type of element can be usable. If you have a whole team of this, or even if you have a whole team with a hunter skill towards the wood element or the water element, depending on what they are, like let's say you have this and then paired with a Fire Beth, it could work. The sap, I'm not going to talk about that. It's more than others. Others actually have it at 60% or 40%, so it's more reliable than other sap skills that are on passive and actives. Death Blow increases critical hit damage by 40%. What you could do is like build them on a ruin set, so you get the ruin set damage from there, and then you get the critical hit damage increased by there, and you just make sure they have 100%, and bam, you're just nuking stuff. And I think the same thing, it's different actually for the other skills. Water Stalker, Fire Stalker, and then this is Wood Hunter. This is actually maybe the best one because Fire Stalker increases critical, it just increases the own critical hit rate. You still want to build the rune set on them for these two, but this one will probably do the most damage against its opposite element, which is wood. And this is only when attacking fire and only when attacking water. Yeah, this one's pretty much more valuable in my opinion, and I would raise him if I had nothing else to raise, and I could. Yeah, just what we expected. Oh, okay, so the Fire Mona has recovery down, and I'm just going to skip this because there's there's no place for recovery down in the game, and I wish they would probably swap it out with something more valuable, like yeah, I don't know, something other than recovery down. Fire Sea Star, fatigue and stun. Pretty much I would use this monster if to raise the light and the dark one. That's it. Don't raise this monster. Firebomb Kiki is actually questionable because he has a 100% chance to sleep for 1 turn on his 1st star or his 3-star. 5-star is the same thing but for 2 turns. You could use, I could see you using this for Dragons B10. Why not? You get like a free sleep or a free stun, basically guaranteed stun. The only thing you have to worry about is the resist on the light person Dragons B10, but then that's a different story. For early game players, why not raise this monster? Free CC. He's an attacker. You could just build him attack defense HP. Why not? Could work. I would if I needed an early game monster. Now, what is the name of this monster? The Bell Pup. You'll probably encounter this monster. Oh, I just remembered that you're not gonna get to be able to farm this Monkiki until you reach Slumbering City, and that's more late game, you know. So as for early game wise, it's probably gonna be really hard unless you do a lot of 10+1 pulls, and then you get a bunch of Fire Monkikis and get them to Evo 2, and then yeah, it'll help you clear content. Basically. Now the same thing with the Bell Pup. It comes in Slumbering City. By the time you get to this monster, you may not need to use it anymore. Has a Zeal, restores allies SP for 2 turns, and red souls. I cannot see you using this monster for much. The recovery on the is pretty low. Her defense is fairly very low. Cannot see a way to rely on her as a healer. I think the Water Mermaid is a better option. Oh wait, we're going into 2 stars, guys. Okay, so I did a free 2-star for you. We'll move on to the water now. Forgot, I'm only doing 3 stars, guys. Don't get confused. No 2 stars here. So, did I not do... Oh, no. This is only water. So, Andy Kane, 60% chance, 100% chance to sap on the 5-star scale. If these were switched around, it'd be a little bit more reliable, especially for TOC 55. Then again, being an event monster, he has lackluster stats as expected. Actually, his defense is higher than... Yeah, he's a defender. That's supposed to be right. Yeah, no, don't build him unless you are working towards an event monster such as the Light Venus, which is what he was used for. So the Water Medusa, 80% chance to sleep, thirst. It'd be more valuable if the sleep was on 100% and the thirst was on 80% or something like that. But it's too lackluster to use for anything. Save it for the light and the dark. The Snowy, yeah, don't build this. The Taunt, yeah, I don't have anything to say about that. Save it for feeding. Then again, he's an event monster. It's not like you're going to encounter him as much as you would the other monsters. Water Phibian grants 100% chance to restore 20% of own HP when attacking. I mean, it's a good self-sustaining monster for early game players, but you're probably not going to get him until Skyfall Slumbering City. If you are lucky enough to pull him for a 10+1 on one of your eggs, why not build him? He'll help you through Magma Crags and Pegos Coast, which as a newbie, I had a very hard time clearing because most of my monsters were wood monsters and they were getting like cracked down by the fire pony, whatever. Whatever his name is. So, and he's also a tank, so he can take some damage at level 60. His HP is pretty decent. Am I reading that right? Is that lackluster or is that okay? Hold on. I need to go look at a tank right now. That's actually pretty good. Right? Yes. Yeah, that's actually pretty alright. Okay, so Gatito, he is an event monster out right now, and I suggest if you do have your Dark Gatito, skip the Light Gatito, go straight to this monster. If you don't have a defense downer, skip this one, go to the wood one. If you have the wood one, go for this one. Good, very good for Titans. Help you do a little bit more damage because of the survivability it gives you. The attack down at 100% means that the Titan is going to be hitting a lot less. And then you have a sap. Sap does more damage for Titans now. This is an exclusive monster for capture events, and it's fairly easy to get them now. So go get yours now. I'm just kidding. It's not freaking easy to get one of these, but I mean, why not if you already have a dark one? Everyone should have their dark one by now, by the time this video comes out. So, Water Hunter, HP Siphon, self-sustaining, not attacker, but you can make him attacker. You can if you want to. I can see this monster being very good in Golem's B8 because he could just, you could build him attack HP and then one shots something. And we'll have so much sustain. Moving on, the Birdie has a stun and thirst. Maybe if the thirst was at 80%, I'd consider it. But he's balance type. And then again, like, it's hard to raise this monster because you can only get him from pulling stuff. He's not available on the maps or anything, so it's not like you can farm copies of him and then raise him. So it's not really worth your time for monsters like him. And sorry if I missed any in the like fire attribute section, but it's same thing applies. I lost my stuff. I was at Birdie rate. So the water minicat, I actually built him mid game, and this skill before was taunt. The reason why he's much more valuable now is because he has a morale boost of 20%. Might still be a little lackluster, but if you don't have a shielder, don't have a wood cupid, why not? You get a shield for 2 turns. The guy is in recovery, but you could just ignore recovery and then just go HP on a live set, triple HP on a live set. That's what I did. Worked. Got me through mid game or Pagos Coast. Then again, he did have taunt, so he wasn't shielding as much as he would be now. So it was like a mini buff to Minicat, which was pretty sweet for me. Now the water candling has a stalker. Yeah, no, I wouldn't build this monster. Again, the fire monster is so much better because of the defense down. Solely because of the defense down. Now if this monster had it and it was a light and dark monster, maybe, but for now I'm just gonna skip it because I don't see any use for it other than B8. But then there are plenty other free-to-play monsters that we're going to encounter soon that we will talk about. So the water Coco has recovery down, which is shit. I'm just gonna skip this. Save it for a fusion. He's a fusion monster. You're gonna need him to fuse. You're gonna need to fuse an Evo 2 of him with an Evo 2 of the water Nereid, and you get, I believe, 1 water Victoria or something like that. And basically, I just saved all my copies for that to get my to help me through my first Light Victoria fusion. By the way, Light Victoria is on Rebirth right now, along with Dark Victoria, so go do them now. Water Lad is one of the free units you get in the game. 60% chance down to D down for 2 turns. Very valuable attack down. Same thing. He's a tank monster. He was like my first Evo 3 because he was the easiest one to Evo 3. And then that's like easy gems for free-to-play players. Dude, I would. Why not? He freaking tanks Pagos Coast and Mirage Ruins and what else? Magma Crags like nothing. I even brought him into Star Sanctuary on hard extreme. Help me clear that. Now, let's talk about Shelley. Shelley's very valuable, and the reason why is because bam, 3-star skill at 100% chance to reduce the enemy's defense for 2 turns. Are you fucking kidding me? He's free too, and he has a water predator on his 2nd-star skill, which would help you nuke the water dungeon dragon or golems B7. He's gonna be hitting harder than a wood nuker. or as hard as a wood nuker on his same element. And you get defense down. Why not? If you get one of these monsters, they're very easy to get from Template 1 summons. Do not rebirth this monster. It's not a rebirth material monster. You're not going to be able to farm until Sky Falls any of these stages, but you will pull him. I guaranteed. You will pull him from like a high egg or stuff like that. So save him. Very good monster. You're going to want to Evo 3 him, 6-star him for Titans and later other content in the game. Pretty good. So the Water Miho. I know a lot of people who built the Water Miho for their Sapper, and I wish I did the same because it has a 100% chance to inflict the enemy with sap damage for 2 turns. I wish I had a 100% chance Sapper. I didn't know she was at 100%. I thought my C-Star was better than her the whole time. I have been misguided. Do not build the Water C-Star. Build this monster instead. 100% chance to sap is godlike. For early game especially, and godlike for TOC 55. I talk about TOC 55 a lot because TOC 55 has kept me back from completing Tower of Chaos for a long time. Ever since they reworked it to give us that TOC 55 only can be killed by sap. I'm going to calm down now. But yes, you get the point. Build her. You will use her. And Horan is Ari waifu. Also, she has the resist skill as her leader skill, but I would still build Wood Miho first. Wood Miho has a special place in my heart. First 6-star. Fireman De Goya recovery down. I'm skipping this. Don't waste your time. Save it for the Dark Moonflower. Now, here's an interesting one as the Water Mermaid or Water Siren. The Vigor will help you get through a lot of content because it's HP for 2 turns and then she heals herself. So it's like not like she's going to get nuked down or die in 1 hit. You know? She's recovery, but I went with all HP. HP flat set, of course, because it's early game content. And you only get flat stats from like the first... you only get flat stats from like the first continent, I believe? Yeah. So yeah. Very good monster. One of my first 5 stars. Was worth it. Now we have Beth. Very good for Golems B8. And she is very good for Golems B8 because now I want to introduce to you 2 ways that you can build an early game. You either build an all wood team and you build an all water team. The purpose for doing that is you build an all wood team to conquer B7, which is the water element, and you farm the hell out of that. However, it's much more efficient to farm Golems B8. You farm Golems B8 because it's like a non-existent dungeon. Alright? And water monsters are easy to get early game. And as long as you can skip all the rest of the stages, and if you're having a hard time on B7, you just skip B7, you have a all water unit, you can just farm B8 and bam, 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 bam. There comes all your gold. Like, yeah, like there's not too much to say about it, dude. This is free gold, dude. And then of course the copies are farmable on the 2nd continent. I forgot what map it was, but it says in the caption before you start. So yeah, very good monster. I would build her, but since I'm at the end game now, or towards end game content, I don't need to focus on her yet. But it would be nice if I did. It would be nice. Don't get me wrong. So she's actually in my sights. So, okay, so the Water July. The Water July has a special place in my heart because she was my go-to shield breaker. The reason why is because during that time she was for rebirth and it was very easy to get, so I was able to Evo 3 her. I keep her at level 40. It's enough to get through the stage, and then I just slap 6-star gems on her. Shield breaker at 100% on her 3-star skill is cherry. I don't really use her 5-star skill just because that TOC floor that she's on is very easy. You just need a shield breaker. You can only get past that stage if you have a shield breaker. It was convenient for me to build her, but there may be another monster that you can use to build her. I'm not used to builder, but another monster you could use. I think he's of the dark element. You can find him on Star Sanctuary. Actually, is it the ghost? Maybe it's the light ghost. I forgot what it was. Cosmo, Dark Cosmo. Think you can find him on. Let's check it. Story habitat. Oh shit! I was wrong. Well, you confuse him. He's still able. Anyway. Water Crow Hook. Oh, I talked about, I gave a little spiel about it. I could see this monster being good on maybe Ruin set. He's an attacker. Increases crit rate if you have another one as leader. If you have him as lead, he could be good for Golem's B8. Because he'll be critting all the time. You could get him to crit all the time. And then the stun. Fires a cannon from his hook, damaging on is AoE stun for 60%. So it's kind of like a Wood Miho, except without a defense down, just more damage. I can see him being used for some content. They have potential to be good. You just have to. You have to put effort in, like Evo 2ing him and stuff, and raising him. If you don't have anything else, but if you want, you could just save him and then like Evo 3 him. I mean, Evo 3 him and then like maybe get him to like 5 stars. He could be usable. His HP is pretty. Wait, hold on. At level 60, it's kind of low, actually. He's an attacker. Wait, actually that's pretty alright as an attacker, right? It's actually pretty alright as an attacker. Unless Gertrude is just low. Yeah, his attack is fairly low compared to net 5. But I mean his HP is still pretty alright. Now moving on to the Water Bona. She's actually found in Pagos Coast. And the reason why I would build her is because, well, she's a farmable unit on Pagos Coast, and she has a morale boost and a defense down at 50%. That's more than 40%, a little less than 60%, obviously, but hey, it's 50%. It's like half of the time you will, half of the time you won't. Grants a 100% chance to restore 20% of own HP, which means that she's going to be defense downing a whole lot more than you think she is. If you run like a whole team of this, it'll put your clear times enough to where farming B8 maybe by your earlier mid game would be so worth it. You know what I mean? It'd be so worth it because, dude, it's a free monster basically, and she's a waifu. She's an attacker. She's gonna be doing a lot of damage. At 6 stars, she higher than others. I would build this one over any other water monster, actually, that are 3 star. Yep. And then I talk about her in my free-to-play unit guide of which you should focus down and how to gem her and why and stuff like that. So, I mean, Water Sea Stars sap is very lackluster compared to the Water Miho. You're going to get a lot of Mihos, okay? From, like the... What is it? The quests that you guys do for story mode quests. So yeah, there's not much to say about it. The sap on this first skill is very lackluster. You're not gonna want to be relying on that. Trust me, I tried to rely on it on a fuck. I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes. I tried to rely on it on TOC 55. I got hammered. I can't at all. You need 100% on some skill. The Water Monkey is granted 80% chance to reduce. I mean, okay, I'll give you that. It's all right. Could be usable. Maybe for PvP. Yeah, PvP unit. You could utilize the defense down though in like other content. If you don't have a Shelley, but you should have a Shelley. If you do have this monster, it's through an egg. it'll be hard to Evo 3 him. But maybe at Evo 2 you can make use of him if you're able to Evo 2 him. If you put him from an egg for some reason, like you used your eggs at the beginning of the game and it's pretty good. Keep him. You could use him for defense down. Again, those fire stages are going to be a little tough for you if you go the wood route in building your team. And then also you can keep him for B8, right? Bell Pup. Late game free to play monster. He has attack down for 2 turns, recovery up. Okay. I mean, I'll take the attack down. I like attack down. But the attack down's only for 50%. To recover but that increase the HP recovery from all sources. I think this monster is pretty unique because not a lot of monsters have recovery up. I've never really used recovery up before, to be honest. I can't say much, but I can say that her attack down is pretty good. But for free to play players, you're not gonna encounter him until Slumbering and Skyfalls. By that time, you'll have like your first Snap 5. Guaranteed. I'm giving you luck now. I'm giving you luck to say that you're gonna have a 5-star by the time you hit that map. On Extreme, at least. At the very least. Dang it. I covered a 2-star monster again, dude. I got carried away. Okay, so last one, guys. It's gonna be 36 minutes long. But you know what? I gotta take care of my free-to-play players, man. I got to. It's my duty. It's my duty. Okay, so let's start with the Pinolo. Pinolo has a Courageous Strike on 3 and 4-star skills. Grants additional attack power proportional to target's max HP. Courageous Strike. Dude, I've never tried it. I tried to. I didn't take this event seriously to the very bitter end. But I think it was a waste of resources because, I don't know, I didn't finish it. And I heard he does a lot of damage to the Water Titan, but, I mean, go watch Mogadi's video. I think he he recorded himself doing it. He does a shitload of damage, but if you guys don't know that now, then I don't know what you're doing. You're probably like me, like dicking around too much. But and also like for free-to-play players who are encroaching mid-game and stuff like that, you're not gonna have a chance to build them unless they bring back the capture event for some reason. But before they started Heroes Festival and then bringing back exotic Astromons, he's probably gonna be lower down on the list because he was just the exotic monster event that we finished. So, I mean, shit. But I wouldn't. A lot of people skipped out on that event. Would Medusa 60% chance of lackluster? Save him for the light Medusa. That's what I did. Save it for the light Medusa. Don't get the dark Medusa. Dark Medusa was shit. Good for Titan though. Good for Titan. Decent for Titan. Decent for Titan. But this one's good because the stun on critical hits, you know, guaranteed stun, and then Elemental Edge. She goes into Dragon's B10. She'll be doing a lot more damage than was predicted, right? Okay, hold on, guys. I gotta take a drink. Okay, I'm ready now. Oh, gotta drink my ass and black tea. All right, guys. Okay, so the Wood Phibian is actually a pretty decent monster. Why? Because he has defense down on both his active and passive skills. The defense down on his first skill is 80%. Very reliable, not super reliable, not permanently reliable, but way more reliable than the Mihos and the Wood Leo, their defense down, right? So you'll be getting that proc off a lot faster. So defense down on his 5-star skill is gonna be like you're doing a Wood Miho on his active. Damages all enemies. Is he an attacker? Well, he's balanced. You can build him attack HP or something like that. Attack, defense, HP. Usually how you would build balanced monsters because, you know, they're balanced and you want to keep them balanced. You could also build them as pure debuffer and then like defense, HP, resist or something like that. Or HP, defense. Or actually defense, HP on a HP set or something like that because his defense is lower, almost as low as his recovery. I think some people actually build this monster. Yeah, well, I mean, the 80 plus the 60 is pretty reliable defense downer if you think about it. Sure, why not? Hope you get through Golem's B7. You could use him in, you could use him in PvP against the water meta now. Just to get this off, if you don't have like a Dark Door. I know the Dark Door is like the special 4-star rebirth monster during Heroes Festival. If you weren't lucky enough to get him, like you could invest in this monster if you don't have a Water Shelley or a Wood Gatito, because those also do 100% defense down on their on their 3-star skill. However, this monster does do it on both his passive and his active, making it a little bit more reliable because of that. You know what I'm saying? So as a free-to-play player, I would build this monster. I would. Here we go. This is the one we're talking about, guys. The Wood Gatito. The Wood Gatito has a defense down of 100% on his passive skill, and then on his active skill, it's fatigue. Fatigue then reads for 2, nothing from blue souls, stuff like that. Well, I mean, the main reason why you want this monster is because of his first skill. However, unlike the Water Shelley, the fatigue is not really useful unless in PvP and stuff like that. So that's where his like value decreases because of that. He is a single target assassin though, just like the Dark one. You could use him to nuke stuff down that already have defense down, or you could just use him as like build him debuffer just for the defense down proc. Moving on, the Wood Hunter. Morale boost 30% of edge rule when attacking. He 50% sap. I can't see where you would use this monster, not even for TOC 55. Actually, maybe you could use him for TOC 55. I mean, the sap at no. I'm just gonna say no, don't use him. There's like, just build like 2 Wood Mihos. You know? So no, pass up on him. Pixie Cat, or what is it? Mini Cat as a attack up for 2 turns, recovery down. Fuck recovery down monsters. Please don't invest your time in recovery down monsters. You're just wasting your time. They're like better units. Go look at my focus down free to play player guide on the monsters. Like those monsters are actually worth like building. You know what I mean? You feel me? Like I explain why. I really explain why. I explain how and whatnot. But yeah, this monster, yeah, don't. Okay, so the Wood Catling actually has a Water Hunter on his 3-star scale and a sap on his 5-star scale. Pretty decent, just like the other monster. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like the Crow Hook, but it was for water element. But this one is for wood element, and it's against water Ashermons. Okay, so if you have this one, it'd actually be beneficial to build this one. This is a crow hook, right? No, it's Candling. It's a Candling. No. This monster is actually good to use for a B7, along with your Wood Miho, and then along with your, so what is it? The Sapper one that you get from Mirage Ruins? Is it's actually right here. Whatever. Seedler. And a Kokobaru. A pretty good team right there. It's balanced, you can build him attack. You know, like I've been saying, attack, HP. The reason why you want to build attack, and then an HP instead of a defense slot on like monsters that are gemmed this way is because you want to make up for the lack in HP that they have instead of building defense, because defense can be broken by defense down, and then if you have a lack of HP and you get defense down, then you're dead, right? However, if you do get defense down and then you have a high amount of HP to as a ceiling to not recover, but make it so that the defense down and the damage that you're taking from the defense down is okay, because you have the ceiling of the HP to fall back on, or you know what I'm saying. Whereas if you don't have HP, you have defense down, then you get defense broken, and then boom, because of your low HP, you're 100 to 0 or 50 to 0, something like that, or 100 to 50. You know what I'm saying? So now we go up to the Kokomaru. So the Kokomaru has a stun on 70% and a sap of 60% on his 5-star skill. Increases the attack power of Wood Ashermons. If you get him as a variant, is actually really good. The reason why this monster is good is because he's one of the strongest monsters you're going to encounter early game, like right on the first map. Strongest monster you're gonna like find. and you just do the first map, and then you just farm the first map. Just keep farming the first map over and over, and you keep getting Kokomaru, and then actually like you'll complete the quests, right? And you get your do you get a free Kokomaru? I don't know if you get a free Kokomaru, but if you do, like shit, like why not? Why not just Evo 2 him? Like I said in my free to play player guide, on the monsters you need to focus on early game, like Evo 2 him will Evo 2ing him, maybe at the very least, at the very most, right? At the very most, 5-star will get you to the second continent. Simple as that. So the Seedler, when you get to the Seedler, Mirage Ruins, if you don't have a Miho, this monster is gonna be like very good for sap. You know what I mean? Because it's 60. It's like a C-star, but the sap is swapped. You get a more reliable sap on your 3-star scale, and then like a less reliable sap on your 5-star. Even though it's for one turn, like it's the reliability on it is something you don't want to trade. You don't want to trade a water C-star for a wood Seedler. Okay. And also this monster has a resistance lead, so if you get them as a leader skill, it's actually very good to use in B7 if you do not have a wood Miho, right? And if you do need a sapper, sappers help you get through a lot of early game content, a lot of which I underestimated. Maybe I would have gotten through a whole lot of story mode content quicker if I invested in catching this monster, but since I was a nub, I just skipped it because I don't want to waste time. But then again, I think I do go over this monster in my free-to-play player guide. There is only one type of this monster, and she's wood also, so that is also very good to remember. I actually want to oh my goodness, it's also a tank type. Like a sapper that's a tank type is awesome, because that's what you want for sappers. You want sappers to live long enough to just continue sapping the crap. It's a HP, triple HP life set, dude, and just sap away. Let's go look at her skills. Her HP is pretty high, actually. That's expected because she's tank, but you know, yeah, it's actually a pretty cute monster. I'm gonna actually build her and use her in Golem's B10. But then she's actually usable for fusion right now, so it's actually gonna break my heart because I have a Dark Victoria on my main account, and I need to check my main account. Okay, we're good. Still farming. Anyway, so the Wood Shelley has a 100% chance to sap, guys, on the 3-star score. Very reliable for Golem. Not Golem's B7, but actually very reliable for Golem's B7, and also very good for TOC 55. If you don't have a 100% sapper, let's say you skipped out on the Miho for some stupid reason, well, you have this monster. And I'm not sure of the units used in Golem, or not Golem's B7, but TOC 55. But then again, should I check? I should check. I don't even think I can go into the TOC right now, but dude, 100% sap is awesome for TOC 55. Like, I wish I invested in 100% sap. Also has a wood predator, increases the attack power by 100% when attacking wood Ashramons. Very good, very good. Can help you in B9, actually. The sap is consistent enough. She's a defender. Just throw some HP in there. You don't need to worry about defense. Triple HP defense set, maybe. Yeah, don't use it for PvP. I would build this monster. I would, if I needed to, or if I was free to play. At the very least, if you're very free to play, and then I'm saying to build monsters, right? I'm recommending to build monsters. I'm not saying, even though I'm going to the Evo 3 guide, I'm just trying to look at their max potential. But if you're a free to play player, you're obviously not going to be able to get a lot of your monsters to Evo 3 very quickly. So ideally, get them to Evo 2, right? 5 stars, ideally. And honestly, should be enough to help you get through story mode extreme in most cases. And if not, if you're having trouble, guys, just throw a comment down in this section. Don't be scared. I'm not gonna bite you. I'll even invite you to the Discord that I'm on, so you can talk to us. Everyone there is very helpful. I'll link it in my description. All right, I just gotta ask permission from my friend because it's his Discord. I don't have my own. I don't have my own because I'm a tool, guys. Okay, I'm a tool. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I just want to say again, don't forget to just go ahead and ask questions. I'll get back to them, okay? Especially if you're free to play player. I just, just trying to baby you into this. Free to talk anytime. Anyway, here's the wood miho. I made a whole video on this wood miho. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. It's the best video you're ever gonna watch in your life. Let's go over her though, for the sake of this video. She has a defense down of 60% to reduce the defense for 2 turns, and an AoE stun on her 5-star. Now you get a lot of copies of this just by doing like this story mode event quests and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, just build this monster, dude. It's gonna get you through a lot of content. She's an attacker type. I build her balance type. I throw anything. I throw everything on her. I'm sorry if that's bad advice, but you can do anything you want with this monster and it's going to work. She should be your first 6-star. She should be. I love this monster so much. But when we get down to it, the resistance lead is very valuable because good for early PvP. Defense down. So her attack animation is like she summons these orbs, right? Like Ari, and then like from League of Legends, and then she just like throws them 1, 2, 3. So it's like 3 chances, right, to defense down. Unless I'm wrong, and then the only chance to defense down is like on the 3rd orb hit. But I'm pretty sure I've noticed that she did the defense down like on the 1st and 2nd hit too. So if I'm wrong, correct me. If I'm not, if you have any more questions, go watch my video, comment me down and below. But I would build this monster 100%. Again, there's a whole video guide on her, so. I'm skipping. Save this monster for Dark Manies. Dude, don't. Just don't. Don't. The Wood Mermaid. Recovery up. I don't really know too much about it, but I do know that the Fire and the Water one precede her by a large amount. So save her for fodder. Fodder her for fusion. Fusion her for the the Water Victoria. If you need to complete your Dark Victoria, your Light Victoria that you get from the rebirth that's going on right now, guys, right now. Beth. Wood Beth. Honestly, I use a lot of my Beths for rebirth. The reason why I do that is because, well, I mean, I'm just really bad at saving Beths, but this Beth is actually good for the water dungeon. So 30% when attacking water monsters and 100% when attacking water monsters on our 5-star, respectively on our 3-star, the 30%. Actually, could be a good monster. I don't throw a lot of resources into Beths because, well, there are more monsters that you could use, especially in early game if you're doing a lot of 10+1 pulls. But yeah, she can be useful. All right, she can be useful for Golem's B7. Just because of that attack increase. It'll help you clear the dungeon quicker. And Golem's B7 is a lot harder than Golem's B8. Alright. So yes, I would build this monster. Wood July has recovery down and attack down. Skipping recovery down just made me throw up in my mouth. Water Stalker defense down. Same thing as I said about the water one, I believe. Or the fire one. Yeah, same thing as I said about the water one. But for, could be used in Golem's B7. Again, this monster is not a farmable monster. It's exclusively to summon, so, I mean, even Evo Tomb is going to be a hard time, especially if you're free to play. Wood Mona. Okay, Wood Mona, I have conflicted feelings about Wood Mona because I think you get her from a quest, right? From questing, like the story mode. I did build her. I would, but with the Golem changes now, I would prioritize the Water Mona. And then this is where the thing comes into again, where what team are you planning to build? What route are you planning to go? Are you planning to build a wood team to farm B7? Or are you planning to build a water team to nuke B8? And don't worry about not being able to get past B7. Just build the best team you can of wood monsters and then use like a friend's just use a friend's monster, man, and then just get to B8 and then you'll be able to farm more efficiently. But for this monster, she She has a chance to restore 20% of her own HP when attacking. That's actually good if she's a self-sustaining taunter. She can taunt all the damage, and then if you get a leader one with the leader skill, she actually boosts the Wood Ashamon's attack by 30 to 35. So actually really good for B7. Really good monster. Taunt. I mean, you could use her for early game PvP. You know, early to mid game PvP. I could see her being a beast. I would build this monster. I did build this monster, but then that's before the B8 dungeon was changed to Fire Tribute. Now the Water Mona has a lot more purpose. I don't know if that's the right one. Okay, so the the Wood Sea Star. Honestly, I wouldn't. Thirst and defense down don't really work too good together. That's because, well, usually I don't think defense down really complements thirst. I feel like sleeping and then taunting or CC complements thirst a whole lot better than defense down and attack down. Or actually attack down does. I mean, either way, I wouldn't build this monster, okay? I wouldn't. I would just save them for copies for the dark one, because the dark one is probably a staple monster. One of the staple monsters you need to build. And is the rebirth going on? I think the rebirth is going on right now too. You can get your light and dark, right? Hold on. Am I stupid? Did I just give you guys wrong info? I hope I didn't give you guys wrong info. I'm so sorry if I did. What the hell? Okay, no, it's not my bad, guys. It's not rebirth. I think it was rebirth last month. Sorry. So sorry. I take that back. Shit. So okay, we were on the water. 3 stars. 3 stars. 3 stars. Firebomb Kiki. The last one, guys. Recovery down. I'm not talking about him. Shit. Just save him. I'm sorry. I'm not. Save him for the fire one. Save him for the dark one. Save him for the light one. Not worth my time. Okay, guys. So that's it. This video is kind of long. I'm so sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment down in the description or comment below the description if this helped you. If you have any questions, I will feel free. You know, I'll talk to you anytime. I'm sorry this is very long. I hope this helps a lot of people. Again, you might find the Discord link in the description that I'm in, that you can come in and talk to me, or you can talk to Fanta because it is his Discord, but I need to ask first, all right? So peace out, guys. You know, I hope you have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. Have fun in the outro.